Hi, this is Ryan Oakley, and this is the free online course, Create a Gorgeous Website with Squarespace, a step-by-step guide for beginners. This is video 3, and in this video we're going to be clearing out and deleting the default pages and content from our Squarespace site. So we're back at our site, and what you're seeing here is what's considered the back end of your site. So this is with you logged in, you get to see all these different options and things that you can do to change your site, update your site. And this on the right is basically a preview. This is what your visitors would see. I'm going to show you a sneaky little trick here before we move on, and that is this using the escape key. If you press escape while you're in this view, I'll do it now, it goes to this kind of wide preview. Now you can still see this little arrow here. That kind of tells you you're logged into your site, but you've hidden all the options to make the changes. And if you press, you can either press this button to go back to these options, or just keep pressing the escape key and you'll go back and forth. So that's a cool little trick. Helps to speed things up. I also wanted to remind you, I'm going to switch over using Command Tab over to Safari, another browser, and just remind you that the tutorial is going to be building my site, which is this Humans of Nelson site, which is obviously not the site you're going to build. You're building your own website, but the way I build my site using the different tools within Squarespace, the content blocks, the pages, I would imagine it's going to be very similar, or a lot of the information I'm going to give you is going to be useful when you build your site. So you have the option now to go off on your own and go dive in and try to figure out this whole Squarespace stuff, and it's not that hard. A lot of people do it. But if you want, you can just keep following the tutorial. I'm going to go page by page making my site. I'm going to show you how to lay out text and photos. I'm going to show you how to integrate social media and Facebook. There's all sorts of good stuff you're going to learn. So I would suggest you just kind of stick with the tutorial until the end, and then you can add in your own content and make your own site as you want it. Okay, so let's go back to our site. And so the first thing that we're going to do with this at this stage is to clear out all the default pages that Squarespace has loaded into your site. So every one of these links to something. Click on the blog, you'll end up going to this blog section and an about page. But it's not how I want it. So you could edit all this information or all this content, but I prefer to just delete it all and start from scratch. So if I click over to pages, here's all the default demo information and content and pages. I'm going to go ahead and clear out all of this stuff just by clicking on all of the trash cans to the left of the pages. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete the blog. I'm going to delete the shop. Delete all of this stuff. And you can see it all being removed from the navigation bar, because any page I create in the navigation section here is going to show up in the navigation bar. Any page that I create in the non-linked section will exist, but it won't show up in the navigation bar. So that's the difference between top navigation and not linked. So I'm going to delete the README page. So I've got nothing, or I'm supposed to have nothing in here. Maybe if I do a refresh, that README will go away. Yep, it does. Okay, so here's some other information. I'm just going to delete this as well. Now, I've only got technically one page left, and that's this welcome home page. If I try to delete it, it'll give me a warning saying I can't delete it because I need at least one page for my site to exist. So until I make my own pages, it won't let me delete this. But as soon as I do, I'll be able to delete this. Okay, now let's go ahead and create the pages that we want to create. So we go back to our site, we'll see we've got a home page, a book, an about page, and a contact page. So let's create those right now. So we'll hit the plus icon here, and we've got all these options of different types of pages to create. I almost always create just a page, because within the page I can add in any content I want. I can add in products, I can add in albums and stuff, but the different pages have their different features and benefits. For this tutorial, I'm going to keep things really simple and just create pages. So go ahead and create the first page is going to be the home page. Click another one is going to be the book. Click another one is going to be about. And I'm just basically creating empty pages at this point. Contact me. So now I've got my pages. Now you'll notice that they're in the wrong order. Well, that's pretty easy to change. All I have to do is click and hold down the left button on my mouse, and I can drag these pages around, and you'll see that they change their order in the navigation bar. So I'm doing that. And everything looks really good. So now I can go back to this welcome page since I have these other pages set up, and I can go ahead and delete it. Oh, but it's still giving me a warning that I need to, that I'm about to create a home page, and I can't do that. So let's make, and the home page is indicated by a little home on the left here. So let's make this home page the actual home page. So if we hover over home and to this little gear, we can scroll down to this bottom of all these settings, and under page controls we'll see set as home page. So if we click on that and confirm, you'll notice, and then save, you'll notice that the home icon is now under the home page. Now this welcome page is just a regular old page, and we can go ahead and delete it forever. Okay, there we go. So now we've got the pages that we want on our site, and in the next step we're going to be creating some content for these pages and filling our site out. All right, stay tuned.